This morning, Governor Moino celebrates Ibom A at 5. 2024 World Father's Day. Governor Moino urges fathers to maintain stability at home, society. UCCDA receives governor's backing to demolish structure on waterways. Plus, Akwa Ibom State Police Command assures public safety during its AKBC celebration. This and more shortly. Good morning and welcome to AKBC 45 News at 7. I am Margaret Bassi. Governor Moino has appealed to stakeholders to exhibit leadership skills as the one project per local government areas initiative of his administration enters the second phase across the 31 local government areas. The governor made the appeal while addressing a cross-section of government officials and other leaders during the June edition of Government House monthly prayer service held at the Latter House Chapel, Government House, Uyo. A Government House reporter, Utwi Malkun, reports.
Governor noted that while his government is committed to doing more in the state, stakeholders cannot stand aloof, showing little or no concern to issues of development, and therefore tasked them to be more involved, especially in ensuring that the projects are executed for the overall best interest of the people. Beyond infrastructure development, Governor said the idea behind the one project per local government area was to create jobs and empower the youth, expressing the belief that the few youth saddled with the contract will do well to engage other youth in the course of executing the project and thereby expand the scope of youth development and empowerment. Commenting on the theme of this month's prayer service, From Glory to Glory, Governor Moino agreed that despite the enormous challenges, more work still needed to be done if the state must move to another level of glory after the first anniversary celebrations. On 2024 World Father's Day, Governor commended fathers who have effectively played their role first in the family and by extension provided stability in the society.
It's a good time to always celebrate our fathers, and some mothers too have become fathers. So all of the mothers that are fathers, we celebrate. So we celebrate everyone, and we thank you for providing leadership first in the homes, and then providing leadership for our state.
The service had the chairman of Conference of Kwaibo Church, Reverend Ekwedeme Fanga, delivered a sermon on the theme From Glory to Glory as intercessory prayers were offered for peace, unity and prosperity in the state.
As we begin this second year and the years forward, we shall rise from glory to glory. Amen. In Jesus' name. Amen.
Meanwhile, Akwa Ibom State Government has given full backing to Uyo Capital City Development Authority (UCCDA) to demolish any illegal building obstructing free flow of rainwater on the natural waterways. Governor Eno recalled that Akwa Ibom has been flagged as one of the flood-prone states in this year's predictions by the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, NIMET. Hence, the need for proactive measures to avert any flooding disaster. He therefore directed the leadership of UCCDA to proceed with the demolition of such buildings in the state capital to avoid any flooding incidents in the state.
We have found some things that we will do that people may not like. A lot of us have built without approvals, and we have built on waterways. I beg you, if your house is on the waterway or you build along the water lines that have been established, we will pull down that house. So if you are built on the water, you from following them afraid you don't submerged. I mean, I prefer you from following.
Mokun, AKBC News.
As Ibom A clocks 5, Governor Moino joined Akwa Ibom people, stakeholders in the aviation industry across Nigeria to congratulate the management and staff for sustaining the momentum of operation and ensuring excellent service delivery for 5 uninterrupted years. Government House reporter Utbi Malkun tells us more.
Describing Ibom A as Akwa Ibom's pride, Governor paid glowing tribute to his predecessor, Mr. Domimayo, for conceiving the vision of the airline and audaciously pushing it through, together with other laudable projects in the state to actualization. The governor maintained that Ibom A has recorded laudable milestones within its 5 years and described the theme of the event, celebrating the journey and the milestone as acts. He also commended the resolve and ingenuity of the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Ibom A, Captain Fonudum, and his team for the continuous expansion of the airline, maintaining high standards in its operations and making an indelible mark in service delivery in the aviation industry, while challenging them to do more to keep the state's flag flying. He announced that the state government will soon take delivery of another of the 10 A22 aircraft that were purchased for the airline, adding that his administration will strive to ensure delivery of as many more as possible within its first term in office.
On behalf of the government and people of Akwa Ibom State, I warmly and wholeheartedly congratulate Ibom Air at 5. We thank God that God has brought us this far, these 5 years, skating through the hurdles and celebrating 5 years of excellence in the sky, redefining service delivery, winning awards across the sector. It has been a real spectacular journey that you have helped put Akwa Ibom on the global map.
In his anniversary speech, Ibom A's CEO, Captain Fonudum, said in his 5th years in the aviation industry, the last 5 years with Ibom Air has been the most celebrated, affirming that the airline, which started with a 5-man team, has grown to boast of a 656-man staff strength among several other economic value it has added to the state.
There are many hurdles within 5 years. We started with COVID-19 in year 1. We survived it, we scaled that one, and we sped forward. And I tell you, I have received so many commendations. I'm so happy because from day 1, we had a group of about 5 of us And we put together an airline. Today we are 656.
High point of the celebration was the proposal of a toast to the milestone of audacity, faith, limitless possibilities, anti-fragility and resilience by chairman of the airline, Pastor Imo Basi Jacob.
The fifth year, a year where we had Hydra, headwind, call it whatever. Very challenging moment, the economy, the escalating cost, inflation, the exchange rate, everything and anything that could have gone wrong went wrong. So Ibom Air was able to pull the hat trick with the spirit of resilience and anti-fragility. Never say no, always pushing beyond the frontiers. We are in the fifth year, going to the sixth year. It's a milestone of limitless possibilities.
Otobe Maukon, AKBC News.
Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has said that the commendation of his people-centric governance by the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is to him a call for more work as he restates commitments to serve the people of the state. The state chief executive stated this while speaking with Government House reporters at the Victor Ota International Airport, Uyo, upon his return to the state from Abuja, where he joined the president at a special dinner to mark the 2024 Democracy Day. The report.
Expressing delight over the president's acknowledgement of his efforts and the open commendation despite being a different political party, Governor described President Tinubu as president for all and his kind words, a call to commit even more to service of Akwa Ibom people.
The president is the president of all. He oversees the nation and knows what each state is doing. But the point to be made here is I believe that it calls for more work. When it's time to fold our sleeves and continue to serve Akwa Ibom people, it is gratifying to know that people appreciate the very little you're doing to affect lives.
He assured that his administration will sustain the servant leader approach of being available to the people at all times, listening to their yearnings and making efforts to meet them.
And we pray God to give us grace to continue to serve the Akwa Ibom people in humility, to continue to serve Akwa Ibom people by listening to them. And I think that's what servant leadership is all about. You interact with the people, listen to them, try to meet their yearnings, be there for them in good and bad times. I think that's what leadership is all about.
Otobi Maukon, AKBC News.
Akwa Ibom State Police Command has assured members of the public of its commitment to public safety and security before, during and after the Salah celebration as Muslims faithfuls prepare to celebrate Eid el-Kabir Salah today, Sunday, 16 June 2024. The command, in keeping with its cardinal objective of protecting lives and properties, have deployed all area commanders, divisional police officers, and tactical commanders to nominate the state with overt and covert security measures to ensure a safe and hitch-free celebration. While felicitating with all Muslims, the command calls on religious leaders, worshippers, and residents in the state to cooperate with the police and other sister agencies in order to have a memorable celebration, and to report any suspicious activities to nearest police station or call the command emergency phone numbers 0802 091 3810, 0904 000 0065. Ministry of Trade and Investment held a valedictory service in honor of the retired permanent secretary. We'll be back after the break. Please stay. To know you're still there, now to the rest of our reports. The Ministry of Trade and Investment has sent off its permanent secretary, Mr. Oliver Udokpo, who bowed out of the state civil service. The valedictory service in honor was attended by staff of the ministry as well as the commissioner, Dr. John Etam. Mercy Ekere was there.
Lauding Mr. Udokpo's commitment and dedication to service, the Commissioner expressed gratitude to God for preserving his life all through the years. He described Mr. Udokpo as a hard-working gentleman, seasoned administrator, an inspirational speaker who contributed immensely to the realization of ministerial responsibilities. The Commissioner, Dr. John Etam, also used the occasion to welcome the new Permanent Secretary, Dr. Stephen Effiong, to the ministry. Earlier in his remarks, the new Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Trade and Investment, Dr. Stephen Effiong, described his predecessor, Mr. Oliver Udokpo, as a seasoned technocrat and an astute team player. He commended the management and staff of the ministry for their support to his predecessor and providing a conducive environment for success. The valedictorian, Mr. Oliver Udokpo, who spoke fondly of his past service engagements, said he is grateful to God for sustenance and attributed all his successes in life to the grace of God. He encouraged staff of the ministry to always put in their best, no matter where they find themselves, as God always rewards diligent service. Mr. Udokpo thanked the Akwa Ibom State government for the opportunity given him to serve as Permanent Secretary in the Ministries of Information, Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, as well as that of Trade and Investment. It will be recalled that Mr. Oliver Udokpo has served as a programs presenter in the Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation (AKBC TV), Chief Press Secretary to 6 secretaries to Akwa Ibom State Government, and Special Assistant on Public Affairs to Chief Godswill Akpabio. Mercy Ekere, AKBC News.
Very big congratulations to the retired Permanent Secretary, Mr. Oliver Udokpo. The Commissioner for Trade and Investment says the state government is open to variable investment in all sectors aimed at increasing the state revenue base as well as add value to lives of Akwa Ibom residents. The Commissioner, Dr. John Etam, stated this when a team from the Federal Ministry of Industry and Trade visited him in Uyo. Mercy Ekere reports that the visit was to brief the Commissioner on the implementation of the Nigeria Agribusiness and Agro-Industry Development Initiative, NADI.
The Commissioner assured that the Umoino administration is committed to creating a conducive environment for investments, implementing policies that encourage growth, and ensure that collaborative efforts with investors yield tangible results. Dr. John Etam said the collaborations with NADI is crucial in identifying and addressing challenges, harnessing opportunities to boost the industry and agricultural sector in order to enhance food security and stimulate economic development in the state.
Promise that whatever the state government can do through this office, we will fully support you to make sure that whatever your aspirations and mandate happen to be, they will be met, accomplished more easily based on our input. And we also expect support from the federal government through the ministry. Whatever programs and projects at the federal level will be of interest and of benefit to the state of Akwa Ibom and its indigenes. you avail us the participation in those projects and programs.
The Director, Commodities and Export Department, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Mr. Kaura Irimia, represented by his deputy, Mr. Charles Felix, said the visit was to discuss the level of implementation so far vis-a-vis the successes and the challenges in order to strengthen the implementation of the program for rapid agribusiness development in the state.
This initiative will also encourage the general participation of MSMEs in agribusiness and create employment opportunities, particularly for youth and women. The NADI program will create new brands and varieties of value-added commodities, which enhances market opportunities for MSMEs. The program will also improve the revenue base of the state, expansion in business activities.
The Nigeria Agribusiness and Agro-Industry Development Initiative is one of the programs anchored by the Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment through the Commodities and Export Department in order to stimulate and increase the flow of investment into the agricultural commodities value chain. The initiative has Mr. Howard Hussein as the South-South Zonal Coordinator. Mercy Ekere, AKBC News.
The federal and state government's efforts in alleviating the sufferings in society. Aliko Dangote Foundation, through the African Human Development Center, has distributed quantities of rice to the vulnerable in the 31 local government areas of the state. The palliatives tagged Aliko Dangote Foundation National Food Intervention Program is mainly targeted at the most vulnerable in the society.
Distributing the palliatives to the most vulnerable in Isinobolo local government area, the Chief Executive Officer of African Human Development Center, Professor Gabriel Omo, said the gesture by Aliko Dangote through the center was part of his company's efforts in giving succor to the needy. According to Professor Gabriel, the state government is aware of donations and used the opportunity to laud the governor, Pastor Omoeno, for the necessary support, and the community members in each of the wards visited for their cooperation.
We are here to do what Aliko Dangote Foundation said we should do. We are asked to distribute 15,000 bags of rice, 10 kilogram bag of rice, throughout Akwa Ibom State, 31 local governments. The governor has given us all the necessary support.
In appreciation, the transition chairman of Isinobolo local government area, Mr. Uro Bills Nango, on behalf of the people, applauded the Aliko Dangote Foundation and the African Human Development Center for remembering the most vulnerable in the area, urging them to maintain the tempo.
In support of what the governor is doing, our brother Dangote has now sent our professor to bring this for us. On behalf of the good people of Isinobolo, we are very grateful.
Some of the beneficiaries at the different wards visited thanked the Dangote Foundation and the African Human Development Center for attracting the gesture to the local government.
The
African Human Development Center later moved to Ikorabasi local government area to pay homage to the paramount ruler of the area, His Royal Majesty Didem Udo John Tokobum, in his palace. Welcoming the team, the paramount ruler of Ikorabasi local government area, His Royal Majesty Didem Tokobum, lauded the Aliko Dangote Foundation and Professor Gabriel Omo for feeling the pulse of the people in need.
So we thank the organization and Dangote for the human feelings it's having. It's not the only one that has money in this country. Others have money. They don't have human feelings. And so they could not do anything to help the poor.
Learning Disability Society of Nigeria, in collaboration with Advocacy for Persons with Albinism Network, has marked the International African Child and Albinism Awareness Day. The event was aimed at helping persons with albinism worldwide combat the stigma violence, and the discrimination they face while maintaining a positive view to life. The event held in Uyo. The report.
The Special Assistant to the Governor on Persons with Disabilities and President Advocacy for Persons with Albinism Network, Mrs. Nene Bassi, while speaking on the history and progress of Learning Disability Society of Nigeria for the past 10 years, emphasized the need for people living with disabilities to pay more attention to supporting each other as stipulated by the United Nations General Assembly.
Progress has been made in amplifying their voices, challenging stereotypes, dispelling myths, and advocating for their human rights at all levels. However, challenges remain, particularly related to climate change affecting persons with albinism across the globe. Access to health care, education, and employment has been of great challenge.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs, Dr. Inia Diakpan, encouraged the use of hats by people living with albinism for protection against the effects of the sun radiation to avoid cancer, and advocated educational and entrepreneurial development for a successful future lifestyle.
In certain places, they are being haunted, they are being killed because they feel if they use albinis, I think they have some magical powers, but that does not, we don't have such a thing in our Akwa Ibom state. But our joy is that they are still coming on very strong, and their leader has led by example. With the coming of a new government, we always have the sign language persons at every activity of His Excellency.
The chairman on the occasion, who is also the transition chairman into local government, Barrister Monuk, expressed appreciation to Governor Moino for his support in touching lives in all spheres without discriminating against persons living with disabilities, and called on public-spirited persons to emulate such gesture.
I want to commend both the Learning Disabilities of Nigeria and the Advocacy for Persons with Albinism Network. In other words, there is no greater service to humanity than what they have done. Than this, when you have to touch the whole soul of human beings, giving hope to the hopeless, bringing life to those whose life the hope of living had gone.
The event featured health talks by dermatologists with the University of Uyo Teaching Hospital, Dr. Deseri, on the need for persons with albinism to take care of their skin in order to maintain its melanin. Drama, ballad, dance, and panel discussion.
We have to ensure that you do your own skin checks at home. Means that every day you must check your skin and be sure that there are no changes in any of the skin disorders or abnormality, rash, or anything that is coming up.
That's a package this morning, but before we go, another look at stories that made up the headlines. Governor Moino has appealed to stakeholders to exhibit leadership skills as the one project per local government area initiative of his administration enters the second phase across the 31 local government area. The governor made the appeal while addressing a cross-section of government officials and other leaders during the June edition of Government House monthly prayer held at Letter House Chapel, Government House, Uyo. We also brought here reports that Akwa Ibom 8 clocks 5. Governor Moino joined Akwa Ibom people, stakeholders in the aviation industry across Nigeria to congratulate the management and staff for sustaining the momentum of operation and ensuring excellent service delivery for 5 uninterrupted years. That's a package this morning. We so much thank you for your time. Do have a blessed Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Happy Eid el-Kabir celebration to all our Muslims. Thank you. I am Margaret.